Community Action News with Rick Godley, CAN. Remember, when you can't, maybe together we can. Community Action News, CAN.
Rick Talk.
Gin Blossoms here on the Nuru 102. I am Rick Godley. It is 8:33. The Gregorian calendar, for those that are going to watch this later, is Thursday, March 27th. Now, there is something coming next week in Ruston. The Ruston Community Theater going to be putting on another production called Southern Hospitality. I'm not sure whom I am going to speak to in the studio. I do believe it'll be multiple personalities, but I can handle that because I am a Gemini. Renee Cook from ShampooDleShack.com is also in the play. Renee, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Rick. I'm fantastic. How are you today?
I am doing wonderful as well. But before we get into the all things about Ruston Community Theater, I'm wearing my Borough Vision shirt, and I did that in your honor, but I also did it in the honor of Simsboro FBLA because Shampoo Shack, are you in Simsboro or you're headed towards Simsboro on Highway 80?
Yes, both.
Both. Okay, good. Good. So check out Shampoo Shack. That's not what we're here for. But I'm wearing this also because Simsboro FBLA has won Louisiana State Awards, and they're going to get to go to California for the Nationals. So I'm going to help them out on that as well. Ruston Community Theater, Southern Hospitality. Before we get into the nuances of that, talk about your thespian career. I said that properly. You understand what I mean by that? Okay.
Rick, I understand.
Thank you, because there are casual ears out there. They're going to say, "What did he just say?" So this is only your third production. Take us back to the process of when you said, "You know what? I think I want to try that."
Back in 2019, I saw Wicked in Dallas, and I became slightly obsessed with the idea that I needed to be on a stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I did audition for Elf the Musical, and that was my first role on the stage ever. And I had 11 costumes.
In Ruston, correct?
No, ever.
In Dallas, so
never in a show, never on a stage.
But what I'm saying is, it was your first time in Ruston to do it in Ruston, not in Dallas.
Oh, correct.
Gotcha.
Correct. Yes.
All right, roll.
Yes, and it was a wonderful experience. Everyone was so welcoming. We have amazing people with Ruston Community Theater. Our costumers, it was a tremendously great experience, and I fell in love with it. So I auditioned the following year for another Christmas show and was in the Best Christmas Pageant Ever, was my second show with Ruston Community Theater. And then I saw this comedy coming up, and I couldn't resist trying to take on a bigger role. And gosh, I did the audition, and I was cast as Frankie Futrell Dubberly in our upcoming show, Southern Hospitality.
Southern Hospitality, Ruston Community Theater. It is April 3rd. It's a 4-run. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with a Sunday matinee. Yes, you can get your tickets. I highly exhort you to get your tickets on that because, Renee, the robust health of the community theater is something that I've never seen before, not only with the audience supporting, but people like you that say, you know what, I'm going to get up and give that a shot. And we have a pool of talent that just is incredible, in my opinion. Brag about it.
We really do have a very talented community, Rick. My cast members, I won't mention them all by name, but the women playing my sisters are tremendously funny. A couple of them, this is their first show also with RCT, and these are big roles. There are 12 cast members for the entire show.
Wow.
Our runtime is about an hour 45, hour 50, and everyone has to pull their weight on that stage, and they are all doing an absolutely incredible job. Our costumers, Miss Karen is doing a fabulous job getting.
She's not from this planet. I finally decided that. Am I right?
Yeah, she is not from this planet.
And I mean that in a good way because I don't know how she does what she does.
She's working with Heather on this show. They are both working to keep us in appropriate period Texas attire. So if you think about the late 80s, and kind of a poor Texas town, you know, we're living in our mama's house that we've inherited, and we got kids, little 5-year-old twins that we're raising, so things aren't real new or matchy around there, and you really get that feel when you see the set and you see all the costumes put into play. It's really a neat artistic expression for sure.
Southern Hospitality, and the tickets are on sale, and it's going to be held at the Dixie. For some reason, I just had my mind confused, and that's why we get the information out that it was going to be held at the Mark. No, this is one of the productions for Ruston Community Theater. Take us through the plot as Renee, and then we're going to flip you into your persona.
Okay.
So what is the plot?
This show is about four sisters trying to save their small Texas town. You know, businesses have shut down and moved away, and the poor town is just in fear of drying up. So one of the sisters answers the phone and promises a festival for this potential visitor from a salsa factory from Connecticut. They're thinking of moving a factory to this community in Texas, which would be wonderful to keep the jobs and the people there. Mm-hmm. So we want to do everything we can, and my sister gives them this brilliant idea that we're going to have a festival. Unfortunately, we only have 4 days to put this thing together. Oh. And that is what the show is built around. So you can imagine there's a lot of chaos associated with that.
Well, and the beautiful thing about the production, as I know, as you mentioned, you got some veterans in the cast and you got some newbies. And that's always a good mix to have because, it's fun to watch the newbies develop, and then it's fun to watch the seasoned ones maintain that. So give us the chemistry composition of the crew.
This is a very well blended cast. Mm-hmm. Andy and Mary Holbrook are featured in the cast. If some of you know them around the community.
Sure. Santa Claus.
Right. Andy actually plays my husband, and his lovely wife Mary plays our very cranky, wicked aunt. And she just so happens to be visiting at the same time as we're trying to pull off this festival. And having company can be challenging. Having cranky company can be even more challenging. But the chemistry on set is a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Sure. And, we're talking about Mary Elizabeth Holbrook. We're talking about Sandy Sledge. Those two are just awesome, the chemistry on that. All right, so what role did you get?
I am cast as Frankie Futrell Dubberly. I am the youngest of the four Futrell sisters, and somehow I'm also the most stable. The play takes place in my home that I've inherited from our mom, and my three sisters are just sort of out there in the universe doing their own thing. They're single, so there may be a few arguments over men through the course of the play. Mm-hmm. And that in and of itself is a reason to watch the show.
All right, this one sounds very intriguing. For those that are going to watch it right now, live radio is March 27th. So we're live recording this so we can promote this on social media. And April 3rd, 4th, 5th, and the Sunday matinee on the 6th is the run date for this. So we're 1 week out. And the chemistry working, and you're now moved from novice to, I would say, seasoned veteran. There's always one of those rehearsals that just seems to crash, and everybody goes like, my gosh, what's happening on that? Have you been told about that? Have you experienced that? And do you know that's a good thing when that happens?
Yes, and yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So that's going to be a good thing. All right, so Frankie Futrell is who you are, right?
Correct.
So do you have to put an accent on? Is there a difference between Texas and Louisiana?
Yes. Frankie talks with much more of a southern drawl. She is much slower than Renee, and she is always fussing at her 5-year-old twin boys. So sometimes she has to use a loud voice.
Really?
Even when she is the voice of reason.
This is going to be fun, man. I am so appreciative that you thought of me to come on in here because you know how life is. It gets so busy and there's so many things flying at us. I didn't realize this one was coming up so close, April 3rd through the 6th. And I highly exhort the community to support Ruston Community Theater because sometimes, Renee, as you know, the time commitment for not only the actors, the directors, sound and lighting, and costumes, and all of the others above, you put in so many hours that go onto the stage that they don't see, and it's worthy of support.
Absolutely. We have cast members who are driving 45 minutes for rehearsals.
Wow.
And that's a big round trip and a big commitment
That's
when
right.
we're doing 3 and 4 rehearsals a week. So we really would appreciate your support. The community, if you would just come out in droves, buy up all the tickets, and nothing would make me happier.
For sure, definitely, and it's in the historic Dixie Theater, which is a great place to put on a production. And I was there when there were holes in the roof producing. I wasn't producing, I was in a play that literally had rain on a day of performance, and it was for the Louisiana Center for the Blind on a front porch. So Mother Nature just cooperated. We didn't need props for that one. But so yeah, job well done. Anything else we can say for you, for the crew, to make this thing, make it happen?
Y'all just buy the tickets and come see the show. rctrustin.org. I think adult tickets are $20, kids are $10. Fill the seats. Come check out the play. You will not be disappointed. You will laugh. Bring your sisters. Bring your mama. Come on out to the show.
All right. It is the hilarious Southern fried hometown comedy called Southern Hospitality, a Jones Hope Wooten comedy. Did you know anything about those the trio writers before this production?
I did not, but I have done a little bit of research, and I understand this is the 3rd show in a trilogy, but you don't have to have seen the other 2 shows to know what's going on. And these are this incredibly talented group of comedic writers. They write these shows about little Texas towns, and they will make you laugh.
Renee, thank you so much for all that you do. Shampoodleshack.com, shampoodleshack.com. To find out, you only do pooches, you don't do cats,
No
right?
cat grooming.
No cat grooming. All right, thanks for everything.
Thank you, Rick. I really appreciate it.
You're most welcome. It is 8:45. Back to the music here on the New Rue 102. Do I call him Mr. Prince, or just Prince, or the artist formerly known as, not question mark?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Good night.